Now remember, think about the disease of leprosy. These people, many of them have sores, oozing with pus, infection, blood. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to touch them. Matter of fact, it's always funny to me when we ask you to reach out a hand and shake somebody and say, I'm glad you're here. Many of you are like, I got a white Perel all over my hands. You're terrified that you might get a cold. This is the last person that any of us would want to touch. We wouldn't want to be near this person. We would be terrified of this person. I want you to see what Jesus does. The leper says, if you are willing, you can make me clean. Jesus doesn't say anything at first. He doesn't use any words. His actions speak louder than words. The Bible says Jesus reached out and touched him. Jesus did the unthinkable. Jesus isn't concerned about his own health. He's concerned about the health of this individual. And he breaks social barriers. He breaks cultural norms. He puts his own life in jeopardy. He reaches out and he touches him who is sick. This is probably the first touch that this person has felt from a human being in years because his leprosy is advanced. Leprosy is usually a slow-moving disease. It rots you over time. It's probably been years since this person's ever been touched, ever been this close to a person. And Jesus, the Bible says, reaches out and touches him. Listen to these words. He says, I am willing. I am willing. This is who Jesus is. You want your marriage healed? Jesus says, I am willing. You want to be free from your addiction? Jesus says, I am willing. You're battling your cancer? You want Jesus involved in this process? He is willing to enter into your suffering, to enter into your pain, and to minister to you when you need him. Jesus Christ is willing, listen to this, to touch even the filthiest part of our lives. Jesus is willing to enter into our lives where everybody else runs. And listen to these two words. He says, be healed. He doesn't say, go show yourself to a doctor. He doesn't say, I want you to eat vegetables. I want you to exercise. I want you to eat right. I want you to pray more. Jesus simply announces, be healed. Why? Because this is who God is and this is what God does. When God speaks, it happens. In Genesis, there's no sun, there's no moon, there's no stars, there's just darkness. And God says, let there be light. And the Bible says, and there was light. Because God can speak light into the deepest darkness, even yours, where you are.